so in your role at One Acre Fund, how would you describe it, in simple terms, let's say to a 5-year-old?
Yeah, actually, my daughter asked me this question last year when she was 5. She asked me, what do you do? And I was like, how do I explain this? Because I could just tell you I'm a teacher, which, to be quite honest, is how I view myself. Like, I'm a teacher, I'm a learner. Simply put, that's what I do. If I had to explain it to a 5-year-old, I would say, so I help people make connection. And so what that means is that people know they have the Lego pieces, the Lego building blocks. So I say exactly. So people have the Lego blocks. My job is just to come and help you figure out how to put that building together. So the Lego pieces, you have them. I have the building manual. Let's build something together. That's how I explain it.
Oh, nice. That's really nice to look at it in that way. Why did you choose agriculture? Why agriculture, or why did you decide to settle on One Acre Fund?
Well, I don't know that it was agriculture that I chose. That would be a reach for me. Anyone who knows me, that's a bit of a stretch. But I think it was actually just the organization. I was very drawn to, it's not a small thing. Like, we're here trying to solve world hunger. It's not a very tiny thing that we're doing, right? And I thought, okay, that's a big enough challenge, like it. It seems like a very intense but passionate group of people. I want to be a part of that. And so I think throughout the interview process, or even just like previous interviews that I had done before and not been successful, so there was more than one try. I think I can only say this in hindsight, to be honest, but I think the people are my favorite thing about One Acre Fund. And I wouldn't have known that, if I didn't know that coming in, but it's been a wonderful, pleasant surprise. So now I would say that's the reason I stayed. But the reason I came was, it was a big mission, and I just wanted to be a part of it in whatever small way I could be.
And do you think learning and development is more necessary now for professionals than it was back then?
I don't think the importance of L&D has changed. I think just the approach has changed, right? People have less time. People probably are looking at other certifications rather than just a master's and a postgrad degree. So learning has really expanded, and I actually think it can happen in every single facet. So I think now we have more opportunities for that learning to happen. Definitely less formal now than if you go back to the 2000s or 90s. But I think the flexibility is what creates that human connection, or that component of human engagement. Like, if I'm not intrinsically motivated to just learn this for myself, you're going to have a hard time getting me there, whether I say it's mandatory or not, right? So I think, and that is actually sort of how we approach it at One Acre Fund. It's like, do you want to grow? Yes, we can help you do that.
I think I would love to expound more about something you've mentioned about One Acre Fund's approach towards learning and development. Maybe you can tell us a bit more on that.
Yeah, well, I think let me put a huge disclaimer here and say this is what Linda is trying to do. Let's not call this the official learning and development One Acre Fund philosophy, but if we ever did have to, I think I could stand by it. Because we work across so many countries, we have very many languages, very many people of diverse backgrounds. I think the number one or the biggest tenet of our approach is just to make learning more accessible. So I need to make it accessible, I need to make it more effective, and it needs to reach more people than it's reaching now.
So thank you so much for sharing that. Maybe we can do some quick fire questions as we get to know Linda more. That was the professional side of you. So what's Linda's type of night? Is it a night out or a night in?
It's a night in outside. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay, like camping or
Exactly. Exactly. So somewhere in a very nice Airbnb, somewhere in the beach, somewhere in the wilderness. I don't want to leave the house. I want to stay in the house, but it doesn't have to be my house.
yeah. City, bush, or beach?
Beach,
Beach
beach.
every day.
I'm a Pisces. If you're into astrology, that's
Yeah,
my sign. I'm a water sign. So to
yeah,
be quite honest, any large water body,
yeah.
I'm good. Beach.
You enjoy the breeze and everything.
Yes.
So how do you dress? Are you a sock shoe, then sock shoe, or are you a sock and shoe?
This is so controversial, and I hope like I don't get ostracized, but it's sock shoe, which is psychotic, I know, but
Yeah, and I think just as we close, like what is one parting shot or career advice that you can give to especially young people in their
hey,
career?
I'm young. I'm young too.
Yeah. No wonder the question.
Um, wow, okay. Ooh. I'll say the one that I think has guided me the most in my life. So my brother said this to me when I was very young, although back then I was asking for permission to go clubbing, which really in retrospect was a very small problem.
Yeah.
But he said to me, as long as you never ask, the answer is always no.
Mhm.
So that is my life philosophy. Don't be the one to say no to yourself. Don't be the one to close an opportunity. The worst thing that can happen is that person says no. You're not gonna die. You'll
Yeah.
be fine. So opportunities, job applications,
Mhm.
your boss asks you to work on a project, you have no idea what this thing is. It's okay. Just
Yeah.
do it. And then if you need help, you ask for it. If you want to be given a platform, ask for it. A lot of the, let me call them speaking gigs or public speaking things that I've gotten is just because I've been the one to say, can I do it?
Yeah.
I would like to do it.
Yeah.
So don't be the one to say no to yourself. As long
Yeah.
as you never ask, the answer is always no.
Yay! Thank you so much, Mia.
Yeah.
You've left so many nuggets of wisdom all over us.
Awesome. That's what I do.